Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Godcast, the Goodness Over Darkness podcast. I'm your host, Emmanuel Kingman, and with me for this bonus episode number 7 is Mimi.
Hello,
Hello, love. How are you?
I'm good.
It's a nice rainy day today, on a hump day, no less.
Yes, it would have been great to relax during the rainstorm.
Yes, it would have been. Yes, it would have been, but neither of us got the chance to. So,
Nope.
so we're here now doing bonus episode number 7. So we went to St. Augustine this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So how'd you enjoy it?
It was fast,
It was
very
fast.
fast. We crammed in more than the average couple would cram in.
Yeah, we did 12 hours of stuff on Saturday and then another 3-ish, 4 maybe hours on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, well, so we were there out and about for 12 hours, but it took us 2.5 hours to get there in the first place, and we had to wake up early to do so. So Saturday was a long day, but we got a lot done. So this
Mm-hmm.
episode is going to be about our trip, and if you're watching the video, well, you'll want to watch the video because we'll be showing off all the pictures that we got to take.
Oh, we are?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
And the my new background is one of the photos that I took. Uh, one of my stepdaughters let me borrow her camera for the trip, so I got some pretty good pictures, and I have this one set as the background. You can see it has the green dome, just like all the other very old copper tops. They turn to greenish. I guess
Mm-hmm.
it's what, sun exposure and rain.
What do they call that?
That's just what
I
color it's.
forget.
Yeah, it's just what it. Yeah,
Oxidized? Yeah.
oxidation. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So we went up in a helicopter, and you can see my shirt. It says I
That was
flew
the
over
end.
the old city. Yeah, this was the end, but we got pictures from up above, and I got the star for it right on the t-shirt. It's the oldest, according to mainstream narrative, it's the oldest star fort in America.
Is
Uh,
it?
yeah, it was San Marcos, Fort de San Marcos, right? Something to that effect. And she said it was, yeah, our helicopter guide. She told us that's what they claim. But we didn't. No one told us about that. There was another star fort that you can't get to. It is
Well, I
also.
don't know if it was a star fort. I mean, it didn't even look like a fort at all. Oh,
Oh,
yeah, the picture. Okay.
yeah, I have the picture
I
of it.
gotcha.
Yeah, right at the end there. So before we get to that, as I'll be sharing my screen and bringing all that stuff. But
Like we're going from the end to the beginning.
yeah, so we'll save that for the end. So we'll go from the beginning. First it was a pretty sweet drive down there. I mean, we didn't have any traffic. It was what, 2.5 hours or so. We
Yeah.
stopped at Wawa, which was,
Home sweet home.
yeah, anyone that's not from the Northeast or Florida, well, actually, it goes down to Virginia now, I think, right? So it's only North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia, the only East Coast states without a Wawa.
Yeah. Thanks, Parkers.
Yeah, we have Parker's, which is not Wawa.
Right.
Well, see, the difference with Wawa is they got their rolls. I don't know if they make their own in Florida, but for whatever reason, rolls down here aren't the
Yeah, it
same.
has to do with elevation and humidity and yeast and all that good stuff.
Right. So do you know, or do you think that they get their rolls shipped in, those Wawas? Do they get it
Oh,
shipped in
I'm
from the north?
positive they get them shipped in. They have to.
Yeah, because it tasted really good. And
Hmm. Yeah, they taste like regular rolls
the
too.
ones that are made down here are very doughy.
Yeah,
Very,
very dense and heavy.
yeah, for whatever reason, it's not the same. Yeah, like Mimi said, it's the elevation and humidity. I don't know how that would affect the,
Another reason that me and baking don't get along, all this extra, nonsense.
yeah, math and calculus that you got to
Yeah,
do.
science and all this stuff. Just Throw some stuff in a pot and make it delicious.
Trust the
That's what I like to
science.
do.
Trust the science.
I don't trust the science. That's why I just throw it all together.
Well, you're a wonderful cook.
Thanks.
And the last couple things you baked, you did very well. The banana bread, and the what was it, raspberry banana bread or cranberry banana bread?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
they were both really good. So
Yeah, that was kind of post COVID where we still couldn't taste much.
yeah, we didn't even say Mimi and I both had COVID. Well,
It
everyone
was
in
a
the
while
house did.
back.
Yeah, well, but I mean,
Distant memory.
we took emergency, the and this isn't medical advice, but we took emergency brand vitamin C slash zinc because it has zinc in it. And everyone that I knew that had COVID, I told them that I took it and how much better it made me feel. And they went and took it and told me how much better it made them feel. And 2 weeks of it, because it's an immuno, um, I forget the word, but it helps your immune system. So
Immune booster.
yeah, yeah, we took that for a couple weeks, and
Mucinex and some hand. I
yeah, some
always take a slew
NyQuil.
of vitamins every day anyway, but
Yeah, I take vitamin D every day. Yeah, so, but anyway, so back to our trip. Yeah, it was a nice smooth ride. We stopped at Wawa, and then first thing we did, Fountain of Youth. So let me pull up the pictures here. Let me share my screen. How would you like the Fountain of Youth?
it was all right. I mean, it was a tourist thing, but there was some cool things there for sure.
Yeah, yeah, it
I mean,
was.
tap water is one of them.
Well, I'll tell you what, it had the best. What's it called?
Best tap water ever.
No, no,
Oh,
it had the best gift shop of all the places we went to. Let's see, can I get this going? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I got a bunch of shots that they had a bunch of old cannons there, and so I got a bunch of shots of those. Let's see, we got a statue here of Pedro Menendez de Aviles, 1519 to 1574. Then we got the with a like a eagle with a crown on, and then a castle on a flag, checkered red and white flag. And then we got some of peacocks. They had a bunch of peacocks running around. That was really cool. And you brought home some presents involving them.
yeah, I found a lot of pretty feathers on the ground. Some bright, bright blue feathers and the big, long black feathers
You can make a quill pen out
that
of.
we're gonna turn into pens, I think.
Look how beautiful this picture is.
Yeah, they were beautiful until I put a quarter in the peanut machine, and then I was like, I just threw the peanuts in the air because it was like attack of the peacocks and squirrels.
Yeah. Yeah, this one I was just trying. Oh, it's a lion, not an eagle. It's a lion with a
Yeah,
crown on,
yeah.
and like an Irish leprechaun fighter pose with his hands. And they had cool photos all around. So I took some photos of the photos. Yeah, this is where the Fountain of Youth is. So come on, get out of here.
So
So
that's a Spanish flag, obviously.
right,
Yes.
right. So the Fountain of Youth is like right here in this. Here it is. You can see it, but it's coming out of a wall now. They have a wall, and it's coming out of three spigots. I drank out of all three. They have cups they provide you with. And Mimi had some water. We have a picture of that. The two of us doing cheers.
Yeah, what was that right there?
This is the Fountain of Youth right here.
No, what's
This
that one?
the cross. I'm not sure. This is where we went down into though. It was right next to it.
Mm,
Remember?
mm-hmm.
Because it's like marked off like right here.
Yeah, it was reminding me of X marks the spot because I wasn't seeing it as a cross at the
Right,
time. I
right.
was seeing it as an X marks the spot, kind of,
That was a really
you
good
know,
observation. I think that's
that has to do, I think, with, synonymous with the Spanish flag,
yeah, yeah. That and
and pirates
yeah,
and
the
all the
pirates.
stuff that they were talking about,
Right,
it
there was
all
a lot
kind
of
of goes
pirate stuff.
together.
Yeah, yeah. It was really interesting how they had all the pirate stuff. And look at this big old clay pot. I don't know if it's clay, but it's this big old pot. And you got the fake peacock here. None of the real peacocks showed their feathers like that. Yeah, there was a bunch of them all over the place. Oh, that's a good photo. Drinking some water. Come on. All right, yeah, so
Yeah,
here's,
that's what reminded me of the X marks the spot. That right there, the
right.
stones.
Yeah, the Coquina Cross of 1513. So there's 15 one way and 13 the other to make a cross. And they say that that's how they mark the year. Who knows if that's real or not? Maybe it just was convenient for them to do that
Well,
many.
huh.
But it was said that they thought it was 1512. So here it is. Evidence to the effect that Ponce de Leon discovered Florida in 1513 and not in 1512 has been unearthed at Mrs. McConnell's place north of the city. This was formerly the Williams place, and the owner knew of relics on the property but did not disturb them. Mrs. McConnell recently discovered a coquina cross placed by Ponce de Leon to mark the spot where he found a spring of fresh water. And they say it's 1513 because
That's
one's
the first
15 and
time I
one's
ever heard
13.
that it was how many stones.
Yeah, look right here. A coquina
Oh
cross
yeah, well
measuring
it's written
15
down,
stones
so it must
high
be
by
true.
13 stones across. Yeah, I never even seen one like this, so I don't
That's
know.
that's what I'm saying. I've never heard of that before. But then to make an X would I mean it would be 1515 per se. If
Yeah,
that's even a thing.
yeah, maybe
I
he
don't know. I'm
just.
not feeling that it's a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just what he had, but for I guess they thought it was 1512 up until that point because uh, this quote right here says, and in Florida in 1513 and not in 1512. So I guess they thought it was 1512 and they take this as 1513. I don't know, maybe. And I can't really make out what this is. It's covered up. It's a photograph of the parchment recovered from these grounds. Oh, just an old photo. Oh yeah, and here's the cross. Right. This is what you thought the X was. And I guess that was the outside part that we saw. Yeah, so that's
So it was buried that far down.
yeah.
Hmm.
Well, it wasn't buried, they said maybe it was,
Now look at the wall.
right?
It looks like it's buried to me.
Well, I think that they built the walls up. It could have been buried, but I just think that they built the walls up to protect it for whatever reason. And we got me
You see
looking
the
at some stuff.
squirrel? I
Yeah,
didn't even notice that it was real until it like moved.
he
And
was
then it scared
interacting
the
with
crap out
us.
of me.
Yeah, he was interacting with us the whole
The
time.
squirrels and the peacocks, they don't care two bits about a human.
No, they like humans there actually because they
Hmm.
feed them. Yeah, so you got some helmets right there. I mean, this is all really cool stuff, even though we don't know the legitimacy
It's a
of
good
all of
picture.
it. It's a lot of really cool stuff. Yeah, that's the little squirrel's real. He's got red eye in this. Maybe he's a demon. I don't know. I
I
didn't
don't
take a
think
picture
so.
of the picture. I don't think though. No. Yeah. So then they had some bottles, some broken bottles. That was pretty cool, and they had like metal shards, a 4 pound cannonball. So what would this do to somebody? This is like imagine getting hit with a walnut.
It's like a walnut's not 4 pounds though. I mean, like a bag of flour maybe is
Okay,
four
it's the size of a
pounds.
walnut.
Yeah,
Oh, a 4 pound bag of flour, sure.
very much.
Right, I know. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
don't know
know.
what it would do to anybody. Maybe it's like a paintball type deal.
It wouldn't break down a castle wall or anything. I'll tell you that. Uh, okay, so the Fountain of Youth, the spring was discovered in 1513 and was recorded a landmark in a Spanish grant. That there's a sign that says that. And here's a picture of the fountain coming out of the wall. Pretty cool little stones they have down.
Which is coincidentally connected to the sink in the gift shop because that's
Yeah.
where they filled the bottles at.
Was it really?
Yeah, and you didn't see it in the middle of the gift shop. I'm not a fan of gift shops usually, So
They
in the
probably
in the
ran some
middle of the
pipes.
floor, there's like a sink that says, "Don't use this sink. We use it to fill the things that they were selling. The little tiny
Oh,
bottles
okay.
and the big bottles were all there."
Yeah, they just ran some pipes through there
Yeah.
to do that. I actually bought some for Maya. That was cool. Yeah, they had little cool scenes going on back here, and if you see the waves right here were moving, and there was a little boat that was going across. So the boat was going across, and the waves were like going up and down, so it looked like that they were coming
Yeah.
in. It was really cool.
It's like a little pirate ship.
Yeah, and then they got these natives. This is the other side. So this is to the left if you're looking at the Fountain of Youth, or it'd be like behind you. And they're the Timucuans village life. Yeah, so that was really cool. And then we have all these flags. I don't even know who these people are, but let's see. You got Temecula said they began 2400 BC. Then Juan Ponce de
And then they
Leon
were
was
founded.
in 1513. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
founded. Right. They kept saying that,
Yeah,
and we'll
somebody
get to that.
found the Temeculans and decided to take over.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
end.
And then we had Pedro Menendez de Aviles in 65, Sir Francis Drake raids St. Augustine in 86, and
Mm.
then Friar Antonio de Escobedo establishes what does that say? I don't know, the mission of Nombre de Dios on these grounds. So the mission of the name of God, which is Christ. I guess that's what they're saying. A cool little fountain outside. And Jesus on the wood
With an
cross.
oddly shaped head.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is oddly shaped head. So this little place right here was the what's it called? What was it that we watched? The planetarium thing. That was cool. So after the Fountain of Youth in there, still there, but just not at the fountain any longer. We went to see the planetarium, and man, they had this little cube thing that seems like it's maybe the size, or not the size, the shape of the Earth, and they had a little. The way it was all set up, it was like here's the sun, here's the moon, here's the
Hmm.
wandering planets, and here's
Yeah,
the
I had
Earth.
really good pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't really see it. Yeah, there it is. That was the sun
Hmm.
that we were saying. Maybe it was, something like that. They had cool little ships. Yeah, they had metal balls that broke off the ship.
More
Yeah,
cannonballs.
more cannonball, right? This thing, they'd shoot that at ships. Now I could see that taking something down if it's
Yeah,
fresh.
that thing kind of turns over itself. It spins, as it shoots out, it spins around and around.
I could see that wrecking shop.
Hmm.
But it is rather small still.
I wouldn't want to get hit with one.
Yeah, you're right about that. This ship was really fine detail. It would take a lot of work to put something like that together.
Well, compared to those ones that we saw made out of matchsticks, now those things. Ooh.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's Ripley's Believe It or Not. So then we got some coins here, all different types of coins. You can see this one's kind of like the eagle. I don't know. That's on an American coin, something to that effect. You see like the wings coming down.
Yeah.
It's hard to really see it. Yeah, and then they had this ghetto ass axe in there. What's that gonna do? It looks like it's gonna fall off. I mean, the pick looks real here. This one, uh, it looks really cool. The mallet and chisel. Yeah, so here's a picture of what they say is the universe, the Milky Way, and we're here. Here's the center. Here's probably heaven, and we're here at the end of the spiral. The Fibonacci sequence spirals out larger and larger, and we're like at the edge of it. That makes sense. Oh, what, my files corrupted? So anyway, they had buildings filled in here, her like windows filled in. I don't know why this isn't working now. So anyway, the Fountain of Youth was cool. Uh, then we went to Ripley's. Believe it or not, there wasn't really anything else at the. Oh, they had the display of the shotgun that we saw. Remember that the guy showed us?
Yeah, it was a little demonstration. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
that was
wasn't a
super
shotgun.
loud.
I forget what it was called,
Rifle
but
or
yeah,
whatever. Yeah, it was super loud.
yeah.
Yeah. So then you gonna say
God,
something?
no, I just
Okay. So then we got to Ripley's Believe It or Not, and I'll pull these pictures up. These were statues, so we're not looking at the people over here. We're looking at the statues right here.
get front views.
Yeah.
I should have gave you my pictures just to have on the computer with these.
Yeah, well, I got 1,100 photos already. I mean, you can look at this guy. He's like wearing this snake around the back of his head. It's some kind of,
Scarfy thing.
yeah. And, this is now taken over by Ripley's Believe It or Not, but the building itself is a former castle.
Yeah, I was more interested in the building itself than anything in it.
Yeah, I don't know what this word means. Maybe I'll have to look this up.
Yeah.
It's probably his name or
And the other one
something.
had something different on it.
Look at his nipples. That's all weird. Yeah, and here's the other one. He's also has something around the back of his neck. Different name here.
I look like I'm saluting.
You're shading your eyes. But I was psychically picking up. So this guy, he has like a little knife in his hand, but his hand's backwards. It's like, I don't know. He looks like he's going to stab himself. Like, I don't know. It just looks funny. Anyway, I was connecting with it, and the spiritual force from it was saying it was a warrior of the utmost degree. So, whatever that means. You can look right into its
He looks like
eyes.
a warrior.
Yeah, it looks mean as can be. They got cool little lights. So here's the castle. This is Ripley's Believe It or Not itself.
Ooh, from that angle, it does look a little off.
What do you mean?
It just looks a little sunken on the right side.
That might be my camera's probably tilted. I'd say that's maybe not.
Mm,
Oh, it does kind
I
of look like
see ya.
it's yeah.
No, the other side.
This side looks higher.
I'm looking at the top level under the flag, all the way to the yeah. That side right there looks maybe just from where I'm sitting, it just looks weird.
Yeah, it looks higher than this side. This looks like it's kind of sunk over here, if anything. As you can see, the sidewalk here is pretty straight. And it looks uneven. You're right. And then here's a sculpture, David, which is I'll show it in a second here, but it says it's 17 feet high and weighing 10 tons. And
The original.
well, yeah, and this one matches it. This is the exact specifications as the
Mhm.
original. So, what interests me is all the study in giants that I have done, and all the realizations that giants were here not too long ago, several hundred years ago, that there were a lot of giants who died off. That these were like 8 to 10 foot high giants. Maybe in the time of King David. I know this isn't supposed to be depicting King David, but say it was and it's 17 feet high, maybe they were doing it because he was 17 feet tall. That's just an interesting thought. And then here you go. I mean, it's a cool sculpture. Very interesting. Magnificence in marble. Yeah, it definitely has that Greek look to him. That Greek curly hair. And Ripley's Believe It or Not, which I didn't believe most of it.
That was a lot of not.
Yeah, a lot of it was. And they have just enough. Oh, here's a good photo of the whole thing. And they have just enough of the stuff that's so weird that they can prove was
I don't
real.
think any of it was weird.
The whole thing was weird. It was like they were trying to make it like a haunted house, and it wasn't really anything like that. So I don't know, they, but there was enough things in there. What do you? The whole thing is weird. The, with the four-legged cat. I mean, yeah, the four-legged cat. There's an eight-legged puppy. There's a two-headed lamb. There's all sorts of weird stuff, and I'm sure some of it they can prove, but a lot of it is
That was cool.
nonsense. Yeah, so this is probably nonsense too. They probably did this. It might not even be a real tree, but they have this huge tree and there's four rooms inside of it that they said little people lived in. And we're about to go
Is that what
inside.
it said?
So it was four rooms. That they're
Ugh,
tiny ass rooms.
keep going.
And there's a tiny little kitchen, complete with, one side was bench, one side was an oven. Here, let's go back for a second.
Sorry, everybody has to see my backside like 100 times.
Oh well. So here's the sink and counter and oven and I don't know, a little fridge maybe, little cabinets here. And on this one, this is a little bench that Mimi's sitting at. That's really cool. Then the next room, so this is just like, I don't know what to say, something Bunyan bar, Paul Bunyan bar. Obviously, it's just a joke. And I guess these are drawers. And here's another seat over here.
It's a giant redwood. I'd love to see one in real life if I can ever get out that far.
Yeah, here's the other seat right here. Some photos on the wall, a little light. Then the next room is a big old couch, and then lights on the other side, a little desk, I guess. Maybe a little fire pit.
Fireplace.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Sorry, fireplace. Yeah. Come on. Oh yeah, and then there's a giant pine cone from I guess the redwood. It's huge. I mean, it was the size of Mimi's head.
Oh, and
And
right there's the bed. There's a bed on the
yep,
right, and on the left is just like a dresser
yeah. And there's a sign
carved
right here
in.
that says it in quotes was out back, and then there
Yeah,
was a
the
picture.
outhouse.
Yeah, but in my picture, I didn't get the outhouse. I didn't even see it. Oh no, it's there. Okay. I didn't even see it until you pointed it out to me way after. I thought I didn't get it in my picture. Yeah, and here's the other side of the room. You got a cross with crosses on crosses, and another cross and a teapot set.
I think that was my favorite part of Ripley's, the redwood tree.
Yeah, this was a cool sculpture, a bull or an ox pulling a man and a young girl with a big old anchor. Yeah, they had tons of anchors at the Fountain of
Yeah, the
Youth as well.
massacre anchor.
Yeah, yeah, when they founded it.
Yeah.
And look, this is a good picture of the whole castle. I wish we could have got to go out on the deck here, the patio or whatever. This would have been really cool.
Yeah, the fun thing is looking at all the architecture, and the not fun thing is that you can't go to all the places that you actually want to go and see. You can't go to the upper levels. You can't go into certain rooms of anything that we went to tour. And Flagler was like mask crazy. You couldn't even be like on the property without a mask. We kind of got kicked out of there.
Oh yeah, so as soon as we went inside, we were allowed
Yeah.
everywhere else but inside.
Yeah, we got run down by the only person that was in the building at that time.
Yeah, a security guard. And then you see the horse
I
there that
wish
was
we
made
could have
out of
went.
bumpers. Yeah, I wish we could have went in the whole thing. Yeah, all of it.
Yeah.
Because we'll get to some good ones when all the museums, they were all museums. All these buildings are turned into some kind of museum. They want to $20 you to death. You got this cool little thing right here, little statue.
Yeah, I think the smaller ones would let you go into more rooms only because they would, use those rooms as more display rooms, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't even want to go through all these photos in Ripley's Believe It or Not
Yeah, I
because
don't
there's
either.
so many. There really is.
And it's really a lot of artwork and not a lot of weird stuff. I
Well,
mean, it's cool artwork and all.
yeah, but there's a lot of weird stuff like the four-horned sheep that interests me. They got this tiny little lamb that's stuffed, taxidermy lamb, malformed head with large rabbit-like ears. I don't know, it looks like a tiny lamb to me. You know, I was expecting to kind of be more like Guinness World Records, I guess, where they'd have like really cool, unique stuff and not the way that they had it, you know.
Yeah.
So whatever, I'll just do a broad overlook of the pictures. You know, it wasn't really anything all that cool. Honestly, I wish we would have went to a different one, spent money on a different one than this, because this was. So we went to the first two things that we went to were Fountain of Youth and Ripley's Believe It or Not. They're the only two things we paid for that day because we didn't want to have to keep paying for stuff. So I wish we would have got to do another one other than Ripley's,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. This was cool,
Agreed.
two-headed parrot. Yeah, then they had a whole thing in NASA, which was all a bunch of baloney, all that NASA stuff. All right, so here, let's go to the Star Fort is what we did next. And we didn't go in there because again, you know, the line was super long for whatever reason. I don't know why it takes so long just to pay. You know, nobody was moving. We were standing there for 10 minutes and not one person walked in and they wanted, you know, what, another
And the
$40.
outside was much more interesting. So it was fine. We walked the entire outside on this wall that they have.
It was a long walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super cool. I mean, it's a castle. It's a fortress. And they do have the cannons there. Maybe they put the cannons there. Maybe that's where a cannon would go. But it's definitely the feel of a fortress. You know, some star forts may not. I haven't been to any other. I haven't looked into the star forts all that much. But this one definitely had the feel of a fortress of some sort, you know, protection. It didn't have a feel of like some kind of energy device. It had a feel for, you know, what it's claimed to be. So here we go. Let's get to the pictures. Yeah, so I mean you can look at this. It was right out on the water. It was supposed to have a moat around it. What you see here is grass. It had a drawbridge, so you couldn't get through. You know, I think that that's all probably real. I mean, what's your thought on that?
I think it's real.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Fort Pulaski right near us, which we still haven't toured, but it's another star fort.
Yeah, well, I'm looking around lately. There we have a museum here. I want to hit that up.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And
There's a million. Yeah.
Savannah's like a sister city to St. Augustine in the way
Hmm.
that it is. You know, they're both haunted. They both have these structures. Savannah, not so much. But it's right down the harbor. You know, not very far. It's about an hour and a half flight. They said that's what the pilot told us from the helicopter. Yeah, I mean, this was really cool to
That's
be
a
at.
cool picture.
Yeah, with all the birds on top.
Hmm.
Yeah, is that a little
It's
nest?
like the tower where the princess with the long hair. What's her name?
Yeah, yeah, Rapunzel.
Yeah, Rapunzel.
Yeah, it could be. And then they had these little uniform, little things right here, little humps. I'm not sure what they'd be for. And then you could see smaller ones or like pieces of it broke off. But they went straight across down into the water as well. So yeah, you can see it right here. Let's get another one. Say they go down into the water, so they're getting lower as you go down. So obviously it was some kind of port or something. I'm not sure. Maybe that was some kind of trap. So
Or defense of some sort.
right, it would put a hole in your boat if you ran into it, and, I don't know. Maybe it's where the anchor would hook onto. Maybe the water was much higher,
Yeah, who knows?
or I guess it would have been lower, right? Because I don't know.
All of that would be filled with water.
Yes, the moat would be. And then this little looked like there was some kind of plaque, but it looks like people over the years have really messed with it, so you can't get any rating on it. I mean, this was cool. I wanted to repel the thing. I kept telling you I wanted to repel it. Yeah, so I guess water was definitely in this first level. I guess it was probably in the second level too. I don't know. Could have been. So, yeah, let's keep going. Yeah, so I guess I mean that's really it for the star for it. But then I have some overhead shots too. So let's get to that one.
I'm glad I was wearing a decent outfit.
Why? Because you didn't know you were going to be in a bunch of photos.
Yeah.
I didn't know either. But here's the overhead that I got to take this photo. I mean, it was so amazing being up in a helicopter. I'm afraid of heights. Mimi's afraid of heights. But the
I love the
helicopter,
helicopter ride. I
yeah,
love
the
it.
helicopter, it didn't feel like anything scary at all.
Yeah,
And I've been
that's
on a plane before, and this was less scary than that.
it's a different kind of heights thing. Now, when we do a lighthouse and we climb the lighthouse and get to the actual top and you get to go outside on the little balcony, that's where I'm afraid of heights. But
Yeah, I
being in
would
a
have been. I
helicopter,
would.
not scary.
So you can see I got the Starfort shirt on. Oh, you can see right here is the point that is right here on the screen. So it's kind of backwards on me than the photo that I took. But you can see this is the drawbridge, the little rooms inside of here, and then you got just the roof that you would patrol. Maybe you'd keep prisoners in here or something. I don't know.
I
But
don't know since we didn't tour the inside, but I think there was only like 3 or 4 of the rooms that they
right,
said you
by
could go
high
in once
class
you get in.
prisoners.
Yeah, I had them give me a little pamphlet and show me which rooms you would go in if we did pay to go in.
Yeah. I mean, it's super cool. And you can see out here, it even, boom, it points all
Yeah,
around.
it's very cool from above.
Yeah. Yeah, that helicopter ride was so amazing.
Good idea.
Yeah, it was your idea. And it was brilliant. It was the best thing that we did the entire weekend. So after the Star Fort, then we went sightseeing the outsides. Then we snuck in one museum as far as we could get, but then we got stopped by a badge police
Where? What are you talking about?
in the cafe. Remember, the first half of the building is a museum. The second half is cafe. The old pool.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to get to that. That pool was huge. I think that's in
Yeah.
here.
I don't feel like they need to see every single
No, we're not.
picture, but the pool part is cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to right now. So this was the front half of the museum, so it's definitely around here somewhere. Yeah, I mean it had a very Greek feel to it, like a Olympic sized pool, for much larger people. Like it was the largest indoor pool, but it would definitely everything felt very Greek. It didn't feel Spanish. It felt like the Spaniards took over what was there. Did you get any kind of feel for that?
Mm, no.
Yeah. Well, and
I
then
just think that everything was just taken over at some point. Didn't
yeah,
belong to who is said to have owned it.
yeah. All right, then we'll go through some of these. So this is the outside structure, so you can see,
Is
the
that part of
antenna.
Flagler there?
Yeah, this is, I believe so. Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
first thing we saw on Flagler. As soon as we saw it, I pulled over. I'm like, whoa, I gotta see this. Good, you're
Mm.
gonna say something?
Yeah, I never mind.
Okay, yeah, you can see the pointed tops on all of them. You can see the windows. I mean, this is just not architecture that we have these days anymore. And
I wish
that's,
it was.
I know, it's so beautiful. And obviously, this is newer type of material on the outside. It's at least fresh paint. And it felt like they put something on the outside of it, maybe to preserve it a little more, but the general shape and the foundation is still very, very old.
Yeah, going back to Ripley's, I want to do a deep dive into Ripley himself because he's a shady character.
He was traveling all over the
He's a
world.
very shady character. And I'm sure somebody's done a deep dive on him, but I would like to do one myself.
Yeah, yeah, he was very weird.
He just got to strange places in strange ways with
He became famous
people
for a
that
weird reason.
we know.
Did he?
Hmm.
See, I'm not
Yeah,
up to
that's
date on my Ripley
well, I
knowledge.
was reading a lot of the stuff in there, and they had pictures of him with certain people, and I was like, how would he even know, that person?
And here is a some kind of vibrational. I forget. I've been seeing it a lot on Instagram lately that uh, they there's some kind of like frequency thing that it's a tall, maybe a phallic shape that it gives off some kind of frequency because you can see all the ribs in
Yeah, it's
it.
some sort of power, like electricity type.
Yeah, something to do
Like
with
I keep
energy.
seeing rings of blue.
Yeah, rings on top of each other.
Right.
Yeah, like I guess like the shape of the Tesla thing when the electricity
I'm
isn't
just
going
seeing
to it.
rings of blue light
Yeah,
go up that thing.
yeah, they had a couple of them. Maybe it was they think it was smokestack or something, but I don't know. It's the shape.
Like a conductor almost. Like
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking of, like the coil, like the
yeah.
Tesla coil.
hmm
Yes.
I mean, that's exactly what it looks like. You can see
I
all
need
the
to take you to
ribs.
go see the Tesla coil this Halloween.
Yeah, that's right. We have a neighbor that has one,
Mm-hmm.
right? Uh,
Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
cop or something.
Well, it's his father-in-law,
Oh, okay.
and they only set it up for Halloween usually.
Yeah, we gotta drive by there, and it's almost Halloween.
That's why I said it.
Yeah. So, I mean, this was just such a beautiful structure. You got all the windows everywhere. You got the archways.
Yeah, this and a lot of the churches were just beautiful. I wish we
Yeah.
could have went inside, but it was Sunday and services were going on, and
Right.
parking is like, forget it.
You can't
That's
park on the
another
streets
twenty
there at
dollars.
all. Yeah, you can't park on the
Yeah,
streets at all, and they have very little public
very
parking
tiny
lots.
streets,
Yes.
smaller than Savannah.
Yeah, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Savannah has real streets.
Mm.
St.
Even our
Augustine did.
cobblestone streets aren't as small as uh,
Yeah.
there.
And then you have the palm trees and all the pictures too, which just makes it that much more beautiful. And I mean, you got the like arched gateway right here with the big circle in the center. Like it's just such beautiful. And then behind that, the archway, and it looks very Middle Eastern with the way that it's rounded, because their buildings have a lot of shapes that way. And we think, as a general sense for people, we don't think of it as, oh, they've been doing it that way. You know how mosques are very domed.
Uh-huh.
We think that that's just their style, but it's probably an ancient style.
See, now that looks very cathedral-esque. That shape of the door and the windows there, that reminds me of a more Romish type of style compared to the other building that does look very Spanish looking. This one to me looks more Romanesque
Yeah.
until you
Yeah.
get to right there.
And then you have this
Yeah.
big one. I mean, it's we call Roman is what I'm is saying is just modern day still in the Middle East that they
Oh, I
never
didn't
stopped
notice that.
building that way.
Hmm.
What?
The cross on top of the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mother House, sister of Saint Joseph. And another castle. I mean, everything there just looks like this general type of castle buildings. A lot of archways, a lot of old walls for the homes. And even Flagler has an old gate, or at least the style looked very old. Yeah, I didn't go through these pictures at first to pull out the really good ones. Oh, this one, I love this building here. So this was the museum I was talking about with the swimming pool. So like the front half here is a museum up to a certain point, then it's a cafe. When the cafe is where the swimming pool used to be. But you can look at all these spirals on top, like these different or spires on top. These things definitely had energy going from the corners to the center. And Mimi's doing something over there. She's getting out her map
Yeah, sorry.
so she can look, I guess. I mean, just look at all these
It's the
things.
Lightner Museum. That's what that
Okay,
was.
the Lightner. Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, the first half was the museum, and the second half was the cafe.
Right.
The
And
cafe used to be the swimming
it
pool.
used to be a ginormous pool,
Yeah,
like a bathhouse type of
yeah, like
pool.
a
Yeah.
Greek bathhouse is really what I kept picking up
Enormous.
on. And they had little houses out back, which were, you know,
Now
probably
they're
little houses where people lived in. Maybe slaves lived in here or something.
and now they're for parking lot attendants.
You're right.
Yeah.
Imagine that. I like these lights that they have here at this church. And all the new construction, they tried matching the old one, but you can still see how ugly it is comparatively. Just like this smooth, ugly concrete look compared to what the other look is. That was the one we parked by. I forget
Trinity what?
Trinity English. Trinity English Church, I think.
Mm.
And then this building was just like a mockery. You see a couple more pictures here. Like this was like a mockery of the old. I mean, you can just tell if you look at it. This looks like it's pure
Trinity
concrete.
Episcopal Church.
Okay. And then this one, what's the one across from the Lightner Museum?
Mm.
What's this say? Fine Art Gallery, James Coleman Fine Art Gallery. Because this was just a mockery. I mean, it was so ugly comparatively speaking. Look at this one, and then look at this one. You can tell like this isn't pure concrete. That to that, that to that. You know,
Well, it could be overlaid too.
I don't know.
Covered up,
I don't know. All the other buildings had this exact look to it, except for that one that looked different.
modernized.
Yeah,
It
ugly.
just looked modernized.
Yeah, it looked very ugly. Look how beautiful this is. You have the windows pressed in. Look, you
Well,
don't
go
have the windows
back.
double pressed
Go
in
back. Go back. See the top right there?
over here.
This
The-
little squared off piece, the two squared off pieces, they remind me of like a taser type thing over here.
Wow,
Yeah,
right
right
here,
here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably the U shape,
Yeah.
so the energy could bounce back and forth, the electricity.
I don't know.
The
But it
lightning,
is
maybe the
does
lightning
line up with the
strikes there.
ball. So that's interesting.
Yeah, maybe the lightning strikes here, and then we have it bouncing back and forth or something.
See that even that other building has that, and it's
Yep.
not like a chimney looking. It doesn't look
They'll
like a
probably
regular
tell us it was a
chimney,
chimney.
but
I mean, it could have dual purpose. I mean,
I don't know.
it could be something
Just
missing from there.
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't know. We're just, throwing thoughts
Yeah,
out there.
I don't claim to know anything
Right, we're just throwing thoughts out there. That's all.
ever.
Yeah. Well, we have the name of that podcast. What's it?
I'm not telling anybody. I don't want it stolen and before
Yeah, that's a
before
good
I
point.
decide to not do it for another forever.
This is cool right here because you have this house.
See, I'd love to be right where
Type of
that little
building.
hole is. I'd love
Yeah,
to
that's
go
what
up
I'm
there.
saying. Yeah. I think that was the college too. That would have been cool.
Yeah, it was a very big campus. There's a bunch of buildings to
Right.
it. That's
I mean,
another
look how
part of it.
beautiful. Just
Those,
so
I guess, bell towers maybe at the top.
yeah.
Beautiful.
And Ryan's M has a video about the Die Glocke. Do you know the Die Glocke?
I don't.
That is the Nazi bell, the UFO that is claimed that the Nazis had. And it is a bell shaped craft. And if you look at all of the old Tartarian buildings where the bell towers are, they're all empty. and where they
Yeah, I
craft,
remember seeing a picture of all these bells being buried or something like that, giant bells.
well, where they craft. I mean, I have pictures of
I don't think they were.
the Nazis had the Die Glocke.
All right.
It's a Nazi bell. Was that where if
Okay.
these were energy housing places, that they charging stations for their vehicles?
Hmm.
You know, that's what I'm talking about. Like it very well could have been because
I'd have to look and
the
see
bell
what one
towers,
looks like.
the bell towers are all gone now. What the Die Glocke? You got to watch that Ryan Zem video. It's very interesting. They tell us it's for bells, but there's no bell. I don't know about this one for I'm just saying the other ones you
So
can
it's
see
like
are
the
empty.
Jetsons, like where they park their car up in that
Exactly,
tube
that
thing.
type of thing. Yep, exactly.
Huh.
And the Jetsons even have the same exact shape as it actually. That's a really good point.
Mm.
They're just not filled in. Yep. And then you walk down the steps. Because look, you got all these spires right here. These are definitely some kind of energy conductors. I mean, it doesn't take a scientist to see. Do I have yeah, let me zoom. I mean, look at this. Look at these things right here. This is showing us
You can see that skinny one on the top of the triangle roof, right at the very tip
th-
of the. Yeah, you see it sticking up
yeah,
from the
yeah.
building behind it.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean they're all over the place. It's got to be for something. Let's see. Is there a bell Is there a bell in here? I don't think so.
Probably not.
Looks empty to
Now
me.
I did hear church bells ringing because it was
Yeah, but
Sunday
this
and there
wasn't the
was a lot.
church.
Yeah, it wasn't here. It was probably that other beautiful church.
Yeah. Say this is the fake building again. Look at the fake columns right here.
I do like the railing.
Yeah, the railings were very cool. But I stopped taking pictures of it because as soon as I saw these columns, I was like, oh, this is fake. This isn't a real building. I mean, look at that compared to that. You know, not not even close to the same. Let's go back. This one across the street from this one. You see the difference? See how this one's trying to be this one? It's all mimicry. All of it. Now this was it beautiful. This is the college. This is straight across the street from Lightner Museum. So, this is all these buildings everywhere, and they tell us, oh, this was a hotel that Ponce de Leon had built in 2 years. They said this was built. So
Oh,
Flagler College right here.
Flagler was built by Flagler, Mr. Flagler.
Oh,
But
right, right. Are you sure?
I'm almost positive. I will look it up.
Here, you gotta make sure you talk in the microphone that nobody can hear you. One of the buildings was built, they say was built by Ponce de Leon as a hotel from 85 to 87. And that this doesn't get built in 2 years.
1888, Flagler built the Hotel Ponce de Leon.
Okay, okay, you could just call
His
it the Ponce
first in a
de Leon.
series of luxury resorts along the Florida East Coast.
Yeah, all he did, he went back just touching them up because they already existed. There's no way. I mean, look right here. Look at this copper right here on top. Look at this. This is definitely an energy device.
540 rooms.
Look at this thing.
That's super cool.
Yeah, a copper energy
And that's why you can't go
conductor.
up to like where that window is.
Yeah. And I mean, these points on top too, these are copper as well. This is where the mercury would be spinning in these balls right here.
So in 1913, when Henry Flagler died, his estate was worth an estimated $100 million back in 1913, equivalent to $12.5 billion today.
Well, yeah, you go around stealing a bunch of stuff and making them pay for 3 months to stay at your quote unquote your hotel, right? I mean, there's just no way you get this built in 2 years. All this fine structure and detail.
And who was he friends with?
I don't know.
Oh, take it just a shot in the dark.
Walt Disney.
You're close, but
Ripley.
Rockefeller.
Oh,
He was a grain merchant, and then he met Rockefeller and sold grain through him.
yeah. I'm telling you, folks, what my picture is that has been painted to me through my research and my intuitive thinking has led me to believe that the Europeans come from the beings, the giants, and that's why all the bones of giants have been covered up. It's their relatives. That's why all of the Tartaria structures have been covered up because it was their relatives, and for whatever reason, they started dying off in the 1700s. Uh, all the rest of the Nephilim were dying off for whatever reason, the giants, and the children were then running around all over Europe claiming these structures, and that's why that they went around conquering the entire world at the same time. You had England, France, Spain, all conquering at the same time, all over the world. And a lot of people forget that Spain are all white people as well. So, this is where all this stuff is coming from is I think it's because they're the children of the Nephilim and they've been covering it up, and all they did was renovations on these places that only took 2 years in these world fairs that only took 2 years to build. It was
Yeah.
renovations
Ripley
on
was part of the World's Fairs.
St. Augustine was.
Ripley was.
Of course he
And
was.
and I think I read that he was also a Rockefeller associate.
Oh, you definitely got to do a deep dive on
Yeah.
him.
And so
Do an
all of St.
episode on that.
Augustine was, I guess, a Rockefeller associate.
Yeah. Well,
Standard Oil. Yeah.
yeah, there's Ponce de Leon right here. At the Lightner Museum. Actually, no, that's not De Leon. That's somebody else. I might have a close up of the name. I don't know. Maybe not in this right here. Yeah, look at this. This
Yeah,
is
the
the
inside of
inner.
this was cool.
Yeah, they had a little
Courtyard.
bridge. Yeah, in the courtyard right here. You can see it's all like old,
See
very
the
old looking.
lions on the tops of the buildings and the
Yeah, yeah. I got some close ups of that. You can see the lines right here.
snakes. You
Yeah.
can get a picture of that. Yeah, had to crop some to get a close up.
I mean, look at this. Do you think this is the old thing? I think it is. I don't think that the pole was there. I think they drilled the hole through for the pole, but I think that these stones were here already. I mean, they look super old to me. It doesn't look fake.
It's a very
Yes.
cool building.
Yeah, so this was the Lightner Museum and it went up to the next floor, but you had to go to the other side to get there. And that's where we got stopped at. But here's the lion.
Oh, I wish I could see the top.
Want this right here?
Yeah, I'm
And
sure
not on
you
this
have
one.
one. Yeah.
You want me to zoom in?
Yeah.
Like you can even see the little needle on top. I mean, this is definitely for energy, in my opinion, folks. There's just no other way about it. Once you see
I
it, you
often
can't
wonder if
unsee
it
it.
still works and like we just don't know.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure
Because how
it's.
do they pay? I mean, I can't even imagine what the electric bill for these places is. I
I don't
can't
think
even
they.
imagine.
I don't think they can use it anymore because I think that all the lightning strikes that have been happening in the last year is because we are going. Our universe is going back to the way that it was when we would conduct all the energy, because the lightning doesn't strike the ground as often as it used to in order to then harness it. This was purposely put up to have the lightning strike it. You know what they say with Benjamin Franklin with the key and the kite? I mean, that's just ridiculous. They had copper on top of buildings. That's how it was happening. And a little fountain out here. You can see the copper dome right here that goes into the building. Uh, they built around it for whatever reason, who knows? And you can see these little cutouts that are now filled in.
Yes, that doesn't look like it's part of the original building
Well,
right
this
there.
looks original.
That does, but that wall right there doesn't.
Yeah, this entire wall looks new. At
And
least
that
they left
roof,
it.
we saw so many people on the roof putting tile roofs on when we were there.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess you gotta change them out every so often. I like these lights hanging from the balls right here, and then you have these ones on the outside on the walls that were standing up. I mean, it's very cool.
Very medieval style.
Yeah,
Not quite I mean, the building I love. The iron stuff, yeah.
right. They probably added it later on
Yeah,
during
yeah.
that time. This is beautiful. I mean, look at
I'm not
this.
even convinced there was actual windows in these window spaces before. I
Yeah,
think they were just wide open.
I do too. Especially, I mean,
All of them, yeah.
because firstly, they
For
didn't have
heating, for
air
air, for
conditioning.
light. Yeah,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of it.
Yeah, and if you look at the way that sound acoustics work, is they are directly set up, maybe not this one right here, but they are directly set up in the same shape that uh that the vibrations of sound create when you dump sugar or whatever salt on a speaker on a specific type of speaker. What's it called? The harmonic speakers, and then it'll go in the different shapes depending on the frequency that you're playing.
Hmm.
So if you're having the wind rush through, it's going to then come out. Sorry, friend, the mic. It's going to come out as that sound. So, or inside the building, actually, it'll make that sound. It'll produce that frequency. So that's interesting. This is all so cool. And then the wind would go down into the organs and the organs would play themselves just from the wind on a windy
Oh,
day.
is that so?
Maybe. It's just my thought. Just popped into my head right now. So, when I have an intuitive thought, I tend to go with it because it often gives people the chills when I speak the truth. And
I remember doing a read
so I
on
just do it.
architecture like this back in the day, and it was, the openings were placed strategically for heating and cooling purposes.
Right. Yeah, the cooling,
And the
right.
architecture of today is so that you have to purchase electricity to heat and cool, your home, because it's completely boxed. It's literally boxed in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is the backside of the pool. So the swimming pool is in this building right
Hmm.
here. This is on the other side of the courtyard from the Lightner Museum. And this is the backside. I tried getting in. I could have climbed over, but they
I
had
don't
the
know why they
gates
won't
locked.
let you in over there.
Yeah, I don't know. They had all the doors locked and the gates locked.
It's
I guess
really
they don't
nothing
want
there.
anyone into the fountain. Who knows? Yeah, then a picture of some dude chick. I don't know. Or a statue.
I think I got a picture of the name. Yeah, I don't know what was up with those. I don't know if those are old or new
They
or
look like
what
the
they're about.
same style that
Again,
these were
very
put in.
medieval
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah, maybe they weren't there at first. Maybe they were. They look old. They were probably the Spanish who then put it over this. And they say that there was the first Spanish period happened the 1500s. BS. They're saying the second Spanish period happened in the 1800s. That's true. But it wasn't the Spanish that were there in the 1500s. I think it was uh maybe the Moors, maybe the Greeks. That's what I'm saying. The Greeks. I don't know if they're actually Greek, but that's just the feel that it has. And this is super cool right here, this corner. And then you got again. Let's zoom into these. You got all these different shapes that look like
Yeah.
they're for electricity, for some kind of vibrational frequency. I don't know the answer. Then here's Henry Flagler.
Looks like a rock almost.
Yeah, he,
He looks kind of like him.
it's probably his son or brother or something.
Nah.
No, who knows? Then Ponce de Leon Hotel, say it was erected between 85 and 87 BS. They didn't even have that many people over here. It was just after the Civil War.
Oh man, Google said it 1888. Could Google possibly be wrong?
Well, yeah, that says
Or is
85,
everybody just picking a day and putting it
between
down?
85 and 87, right on the
Mm,
thing right here. So, and this was put up in 1975.
and they're probably both wrong. We
And
don't know.
and in 68, the historic landmark was converted into Flagler College. You got the lion. Then you have the phallic symbol again here, but I mean, and it's a clam on top, and it has the vibrational patterns maybe. You got the frogs
Reminds
all around.
me of the center of a pine cone. Like if you were to remove the
Hmm,
outer parts of the pine cone, that would be the center. That's what it reminds me of.
that's a keen observation. Yeah, that's a good because it has the plate right here, as if it was getting smaller like the pine cone would. That's a very good observation by you.
I love the detail. I think that's my favorite part is the detail in the art and
Yeah,
all of that. Like I wish that homes today were just more detailed and
all
there
the
was more craftsmanship and
inscription.
more, yeah.
I mean, even this is multicolored.
Yeah, that had like these teal and yellow tiles. It's really hard to tell in that picture, but they're itty bitty teal and yellow tiles. That I believe are the original tiles.
Yeah. Maybe this is the pineal gland, you know?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, I don't either, but maybe it was. Maybe they were just out in the open with it back then.
That's the door we tried to walk in back there.
Yeah, yeah,
We only got like 10 steps.
yeah. Rent a cup, pick this out. Hey, hey,
You
no,
can't be in here without a mask.
no going on with the mask. Not on this floor. Not on my watch.
Yeah, and it's like open air pretty much.
Yeah, and it was.
That gate was super
Um,
cool. So it opens out there, but it also can open up and down. You can see the weights on the right and the left. They were unhooked, but that gate was super cool.
yeah, and I guess then when it was dirt, maybe it wasn't dirt, but before
Oh, I'm
these used
sure
to
at
go
one
into the
time, yeah.
ground. Yeah, but these would probably lock into the ground. You had, like you said, you move this, the little weight.
There's a little chain and a weight.
Hmm. They just got some more photos. No, I love the beautiful essence of this place. We need to get some downloading happening. I mean, look at these archways. Look at all these bricks. Even if
They're
this
clear.
was in if this was in 85, they're not doing anything today that's holding up like this, you know? And this is right on the water. There's no way they would create anything like this in Florida. And look at the spiral or spires right here. So this was definitely added in because you can see,
Those are water features. The water thingies
well,
down
this is the same
below.
thing that's on the roofs. So maybe
Mhm.
this was some kind of light right here that, it looks like there would be some kind of light right here and for the doorway, if you're having
Maybe.
uh, a home or something, that's how you would keep it. Something to that effect. And now there's snakes in there. It could be water. You could be right. I don't know. And what's this? This is backwards, isn't it? I don't
No, it's
know.
just different language, I think.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I don't know any of these words. Quiere means want, I want, or you want, actually. But I don't know if that's what. I mean, these are V's. Could be Latin. Yeah, it's
Look at the
probably
design
Latin.
right there. That's cool.
Yeah, I love this.
Yeah.
That's triangles and
Neat.
shells, but yeah. Then look, you got little mermaids
Oh
carrying.
yeah, and then is this where the
There's
peacocks are
Cupid.
too?
Oh, look, he's got wings. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, it's a little cherub.
Yeah.
But is this where the peacocks were on there too, or is that the other entrance thing?
Mm, yeah, I don't know.
I think that's why there was such like a lot of blue and yellow.
So this is where we got in the well, this was the college, wasn't it? That we got kicked out of, or no? Was this Lightner?
No, that was that. I think that was Flagler. Like, um,
Yeah. Yeah, this is cool. Oh yeah, it was Flagler because here we are
okay, so
sitting.
that's where the peacock is right there. Yeah,
Yeah, so you
and the
got
little cherubs again.
and
Mhm.
with the horses, and yeah, and with oh, this does look like a pineapple or a pine cone.
Yeah,
Could be a pineapple. You know, that center.
I'll have to look at my pictures. I have some good close-ups.
No, well, I mean, that center thing could be a
Uh-huh.
pineapple. You know, because if you take out the center of a pineapple, it
The
would.
top doesn't look like that, but okay. Yeah.
Who knows? Pine cone, pineapple, pineal gland. They're all the same thing, probably.
Yeah. All these places and buildings,
Fractals repeating themselves.
things we know nothing about.
All right, look at all these archways. So cool.
I think that was led to the dorms or
Yeah.
yeah.
And this is, oh yeah, this was that other little castle that
It was
I
another
wasn't supposed to take a
museum.
picture of.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't let us in. I know it was just a museum.
I don't know what those things were
Yeah.
because they were all around that, but yeah, I don't quite think it was just for decoration, but I don't know what they were.
Yeah. And they're phallic symbols, you know. I don't know what any of this stuff's supposed to mean. It's all very interesting. Let's see. Let me get to some good ones here. This is cool. I mean, look at all these. Look how many.
Yeah.
It looks newer, but maybe it's just the paint looks newer, you know, I don't know. He's got a cross. Oh yeah, this is the Catholic Church. Yeah, what's it called? The Cathedral. We didn't go in there. I didn't really like
Basilica.
yeah. I didn't really like the church, the Catholic Church all that much. It was right on the main street.
I don't-
You got who's this little guy? Do you know? It's watching over
It looks
everything.
like St. Francis, maybe.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
this
trying to
was
kind of.
yeah, they had the church bells and the windows.
There's a Presbyterian. I don't see a Catholic church.
It's on the Cathedral Street. It's down the street from everything else.
Yeah, I see a Presbyterian.
You got the copper right there. Yeah, it's down the street from the Presbyterian if you go like south. I say
There's
south.
a Baptist church, a Methodist church.
No, that's the wrong way. Oh, so here's the bridge. So this is the Bridge of Lions. And you know, they have these little houses on both sides. There's two on each side for the drawbridge. Super cool. And they have lion statues on it. And they have this old school street cobble.
That's the width of the roads we had to drive down. Like that's
Yeah, we
good.
drove down this.
Yeah.
Maybe not this one. I
No,
think
not
we
this
drove
one,
down
but
the other
others,
one.
and they didn't have sidewalk on both sides, so people are walking and you're trying to drive
Mhm.
and it's craziness.
St. Augustine foot soldiers.
You had some protesting going on in that little park.
Oh yeah, talking about abortion.
Hmm.
Yeah, so here's some guy, but here's the bridge again. Can't really see it, the lines. I don't even
So
know if
we
they're
did
on
a
the
lot of
side.
walking that day.
Yeah, my legs were killing me. My feet were killing me. The
Very
Segway
interesting.
Kirby Smith House. Yeah, then I was just taking pictures. We were walking by everything. I was just taking pictures. Oh, this is the oldest house, the Jimenez Patillo house. This is like a 250-year-old house, right? Something to that effect. You can read the sign
It's really, yeah.
if you pause it. 1798. I don't know. I don't feel like reading it all.
For use as a general store.
They
The
had a pirate
pirate
ship.
ship.
There's some kind of tourist thing.
Yeah, they had, we saw a lot of people dressed up in pirate costumes that probably came from that ship.
Yeah. And here's a lion statue. It's probably fairly new. It doesn't look like it's an older one. And then this is the beginning of our helicopter ride, I believe.
The
Yeah.
flight tower.
Yeah, you have the flight tower. Then you have this,
Otis Castle.
yeah,
Otis.
Castle Otis. And it's from like 1980s or something.
Yeah, it was
So,
only built for fun.
yeah, for weddings
Yeah.
and once a month church service.
Would be a lot cooler if it was a real castle. But
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretend. And here's just some overhead flights, or I mean, overhead shots from the flight. You can
that's
see,
Flagler right there.
right?
All
You
of
got
that.
Lightner right here. And I mean, look at how many buildings just have the red on top. And then you go to other cities and you can see the same thing. And the other cities aren't supposed to be Spanish, but they have the same exact look to them, same color scheme, everything. Look, here's the church. This is my background right down here. You can see this is that church. And I think that's the Presbyterian church.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah, so we'll get there in a few moments here. But look, you can see this is the fake one. This this versus all these, clearly it's fake. This one over here, this is the Catholic Church, and it's been redone, if not completely made up. Let's go to the next shot. Hey, look, it's just so beautiful. Got all the water all around. Yeah, you got the Presbyterian Church right here, and
Oh,
this
it's a
is the
blurry one.
yeah. You got the Methodist Church right here, and the Presbyterian. I mean, they were much nicer than the Catholic Church. Yeah, some of them were blurry because we were spinning, not spinning, but we were turning, and I was trying to snap photos. And this is a good one of the college. You got the Presbyterian Church, all the copper and gold on top. I got some downloading, so this will take a second here. Because I don't know, it's downloading it as I go there. And this one's not working for whatever reason. Okay. Then I start snapping photos of houses once once we got to a certain point. It's not letting me go, folks. Sorry.
It's all right. We can talk about the trip instead of each picture.
All right, I'm just trying to show that. Go ahead, talk
Yeah.
about the trip.
Well, what else did we do that day?
We played mini golf and you
Well,
beat
that
me.
was later.
All right, yeah, but since I brought it up, you beat me by one. You were down one with 2 holes to go.
Hmm.
And then on 17,
We tied up.
you tied it on 17. And then on 18, hole in one to win it.
Yeah, he said something about a hole in one, and I said,
Yeah, that I said
show me.
I
And then
got
I
one.
said, no, 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 I'll show you. Like I caught myself and I said, no, 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 I'll show you. So he took his shot and, didn't get it on the first one. And I took my turn and I got it. I showed you.
Yeah, because you couldn't see the hole.
Hey, I don't need to see it.
No, I know, but that's why I said I was going first
Mhm.
and mine was close to the hole, but I was like, I was walking by and later, after it would have already went in, I was like, hole in one. And that wasn't very convincing. And then when you got it, you were like, what? Yeah, that
Yes.
was awesome. So this picture I have up here, this is like a beautiful. This is probably the best picture I got from the helicopter.
Putt Putt was a much needed wind down.
Yeah,
I was
it
a
was
little wound
fun,
up by then.
and it took us longer because people were in our way, slowing us down. But it
No,
was
but it was
cool.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad it
They were
did.
funny. The people in front of us and
Yeah.
the people, yeah,
Well, actually, they ended up
behind
behind
us.
us
Yeah.
because
They ended up behind us. They were,
they kept hitting the ball over the fence or off the course.
yeah, too hard. They were hitting it too hard.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
And then we did a little cold tub, because it was definitely not a hot tub. It was
It
more
was
like a
warm. It was
warm.
warm.
I don't know if I would even say it was warm because the pool was pretty much the same temperature, maybe a degree or two colder, but it was not a hot tub.
No, it definitely was not hot. And then we were locked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't have shorts for. I didn't know we had a pool, so I just went in my underwear. I was
I
going to
did
buy
know.
shorts, but
I did pack a bathing suit, but
yeah, but she failed to tell me.
I did fail to tell you, but look at you,
I just went in
made
my
do.
underwear. Yeah,
And then we were locked out of the gate
that's right.
to get back in.
And then we had to go in the way that I was trying to leave out of. And you were like, no, you can't go that way. And then it was right next to our room. And I was like, oh, we can go that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was fun. And this was after we drove around all night. We tried to get on,
Trying to find you ice cream.
right, but we tried to go on the tour, right? And we got to that parking lot, and the guy looked at me sideways because he was like, "Oh,
Yeah, he's
you
like,
had
what
to
do you
buy
mean?
tickets centuries ago. We've been
Yeah.
sold out for decades." Yeah, that
A nighttime tour would have been nice. They would in Savannah, they'll do it.
Yeah, yeah, no, but the guy's like, oh no, he's like laughing at me. It was like he never heard before, like someone wanted to buy tickets on the spot. He's like, they've been sold out since noon, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like he was going
It
to
would
take
have
my
been
money for the
nice.
parking spot,
It
but
would have been nice.
it was a parking spot for the tour bus. So I was like, yeah, two adults. And he looked at me so confused. He's like, what do you mean two adults? He's like, one
Two
car.
adults would like to park there.
Yeah, I think you might have said that. I'm think you might have said it's one car, sir. I don't know.
No, we're here for, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm just here to park. I guess we probably should have parked. It was only $10. It would have been cheaper than anywhere else. And then we would have been able to walk around and get some ice cream, but it
Oh
didn't
well.
happen. I drove around to get ice cream instead, and I couldn't park anywhere, and Mimi couldn't get a chance to hop out. So
People
yeah,
everywhere,
and cars behind us.
it was very peoply.
Yeah,
And I was like, no thanks. I'm peopled out today.
yeah. It was very peoply. I like this little archway right here.
Yeah.
All right, I
But
think.
we didn't talk about the very first thing we did, which was stop at the beach on the way in.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
kind of a little private beach strip that we walked right onto. Um,
yeah. It said
the
no
water was
trespassing.
beautiful and clear, and I collected a few shells to bring home, and the weather was it was so nice, but it was also very hot that day.
It was, but at that time, it was very nice.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the
So the
courtyard
next
of the
day,
house.
so Sunday, was the helicopter ride and Fort Mose
Yeah, Fort Mose.
and
That's what it's
Wawa
called.
again on the way home for some hoagies for lunch. Well
Right.
deserved.
Say, look, here's a bell, and saw on Instagram earlier someone posted a picture from Rome, Georgia, which is 5 hours and 40 minutes from us, and in a cemetery. I pulled it up on Google Earth, and
I do see the bell. Hmm.
yeah, they had an exact bell. I could actually pull it up. I don't feel like pulling it up, but they had an exact bell. Actually, you know what? I will do it.
I do a lot of uh, breathing.
What do you mean?
The microphone. A lot of
Oh,
breathing, laughing.
There you go. So look,
Oh yeah.
this is from Rome, Georgia, with the bell on top,
Uh-huh.
and this is from the church with the bell on top.
Let me see your other pictures. Can you zoom into the back of that? What's that right there?
I can't zoom in on
Oh.
Instagram. I don't think I can like it. Yeah, but yeah. So who knows what the bell means, but that's why I think it's the diglocka. It means something that we don't even think is a bell. I mean, this even has that type of shape as well. And this would be where it would be at. This is
Oh, I
obviously
think
newer.
that's
This is newer and fake.
mm,
This isn't the original construction, but this looks old. I mean, I don't know how old, but it looks
I
old.
got some good close-ups of that stained glass on that building because I wanted to see all the pictures that were in that stained glass there.
Oh yeah.
And I love that center design.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, and it doesn't have any windows, and the air
That's
just
what I
goes right
want.
through.
Something like that, but metal for out front.
All right, we'll get on it.
Wow, they're super expensive.
Say
So
if
I'm
the
working
wind
on it.
blows through this in a certain way, I bet it'll make a certain sound, certain frequency, and it would do that, and you wouldn't need church bells because the wind would be making certain sounds if you
Mm.
had no glass there. Yeah, in the bell towers. And I mean, you can see the old compared to the new. I mean, like this is the old compared to the new. You can definitely tell a difference. I mean, they don't make anything out of copper anymore. A big copper dome like this, a big copper cross for the top,
It's
and then
also
they got
very
the
like
spire.
Romanian,
Oops. Yeah. Well, the whole.
not Roman, but Romanian. Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing. Oh, yeah, and then we got these guys protecting Fort Mose. Little statues. Walkway to
Yeah, I
freedom.
don't think that's true at all.
Fort Mose historic site established 1752. What don't you think's true?
That there was a walkway to freedom anywhere around there.
Uh,
Not from all the other exhibits they show there. I don't think freedom was the name of the game at that time.
yeah, I don't
I
know.
think torture and slavery was more of the thing over there.
Yeah, could be.
It was. I mean,
Yeah. And then here's all the just random photos. I mean, there was a bunch of maps that I took pictures of. Yeah, you got America, whatever. I don't think that it says Asia. It doesn't say Oh, here it says Tartaria, right there, but it's tiny, right next to Europa, and
mhm.
it has Asia real
And I
big.
think that had the Del Fuego. I think this one had it at the bottom
Tierra del
near.
Fuego.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yep. Right there.
that's right. So this was in
Antarctica, the land of fire, as we all know.
yeah, the land of fire. This was the fountain of youth, and then look, South America and Antarctica are combined, but
Almost. Yeah.
now it ends right here. This isn't here any longer, and this ends at South America. But right here, it looks like it's a little uh
A little channel.
passageway. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I guess this is Australia.
India Nova. What?
No, Nova Guinea. Okay, so New Guinea. Hmm. This is interesting.
America.
It's huge.
What does that say next to America? SIVE.
Yeah. So this
India
is in
Nova.
Latin.
Okay.
I don't know how to read Latin.
Well, I started Latin, but I really want to finish my Italian first.
Here's
Oh,
Chilaga.
yep. Good old Chicago.
Yeah. And then here's Florida. Used to be this whole coast. You got New France, which is why they speak French and French Canadian. Hispania, now called Mexico. And
Toronto. I wonder if that's like
Quivera,
Toronto or like I
Toronto.
don't know.
Don the
I don't
Tronte.
think it would be over there though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so either.
Yeah.
But Quivera, Ryan Zem talked about that, but this kind of looks like uh see, this is California right here, it looks like, right? So maybe this is like Washington, and this would be Canada, I guess, and Alaska would be up here.
Mm,
Something to that effect.
what's at the top? Terra what?
Where?
At the very top.
Terra
Terra
sept trionalis incognita.
incognita. Hmm.
Yeah. It's interesting. I didn't see that it said Tartaria on here. Then you got Arabia, you got the Indian Orient. Oh, that's way different. Where's China?
Mongol,
China's right here is very small, and Mongol is right above it. And then Asia is this whole thing.
Arabia. Yeah, cool.
Barba in Africa. E- What's that? Egyptus?
That's Egypt. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the
Look at the
space one.
Nile there.
Yeah, that's a big old Nile.
Look at how many.
Tributaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very big.
Now see, you think they dug those out?
This is where the volcano. I don't know. We're gonna talk to Michelle Gibson about that. I mean, they are snake patterned. You can make a river go like that, especially if
No,
you
I'm
had
not. I'm
different
saying that
technology.
you can. I just think that some are natural, some aren't.
Well, I think, yeah, I don't know. Whatever, we'll find
What's
out.
that little one over there?
Um,
Mm,
can't tell.
no,
It's off the coast
But
of Africa.
decorum radio. I don't know what
Yeah, just interesting.
that is. All right.
Here's La Palma is over here. That just the volcano that exploded somewhere over here. So it is kind of real close to us. Look, we got a little teepee where, no, that's too far north. We're probably closer to this one. I don't know, maybe we're right there, but not that far up. All right, but anyway, we didn't even come on here to talk about maps, but they had a lot of interesting stuff. Like I said, Shilaga. And what they saying? 14, is that a 3? 1492?
Well, it looks like a 92 to me, but it might be a 3. I don't know. It's a very
Cristoforo. Oh, let's go back to the last one because I didn't even see this. Colombo, something, Capitella, Primum. So
I don't. We'll have to look at
it looks like Christopher Columbus,
that.
1492.
92. It's his map.
Yeah,
Must be right.
and Shilaga's right here. Chicago, right here. It's interesting. Tierra del Fuego, Circulus Antarcticus, means the Antarctic Circle. All right, let's.
Dun, dun, dun.
China, Asia.
Persia, Arabia. All right.
And then we got some
Tiny
walls and
streets.
tiny streets. Yeah. This is the only
That's a
street we
bigger
could
one.
park
Yeah.
on.
That's a bigger street.
Yeah, we got to park on that street. Our Lady of the Soledad, Solitude. Yeah, so then we visited all the gift shops, but I only got cool shit from the first one. The other ones were all not so good. Yeah, because I got that map. Here, let me.
I like to collect squish pennies from the places we go because that's like the easiest, cheapest thing, that you can take home with you. Or a magnet. I used to do magnets all over the fridge, but now our magnetic fridge is in the garage, so it's not really on display in the kitchen anymore.
Here, actually, you know what? I'll do these after because I'll have to switch the view. So let me just. We're almost done with the pictures here. You got Jesus with some children.
Oh, that was cool. Did you get a straight in of that? Oh, I think
Uh,
I took a straight in picture.
I thought I had one of Poseidon because they had a Poseidon statue right over here. I thought I got one, but I guess not. Oh yeah, I did. But no, I didn't get one straight on. A car was about to hit me. See, the Alcazar Hotel, they said was completed on Christmas Day, 1888. Or no, it opened. And it was designed by Carrere and Hastings. They're the two that uh, have allegedly designed a ton of different buildings, and they were like these fakes. Hopefully, I'll get Howdy McCoskey on here. He talks about them being like there's no way that they're real. All right. Oh yeah, and they had the cool big ass catfish, albino catfish. Look at this thing. It was a monster. They had big ass orange ones and small red ones and this really big white one. Okay, so this was the pool back here. Well, this was the first building. This was still the Lightner Museum.
Hmm.
And they had some cool different pieces of furniture in there. Yeah, it's some kind of like coffin right here. I don't know what it is.
Son of a wealthy Brazilian coffee trader. Carrere was.
Yeah. And then you
And
have the eagle
Hastings
right
is from
here.
a family of Presbyterian ministers.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So I took pictures of the windows because the windows probably, the glass probably wasn't there.
The whole door wasn't there.
Probably not. But now it is.
That was another one we didn't tour. I mean, we just got in the door, took some pictures, and then left.
Yeah, but they had some really cool stuff inside.
Yeah.
Sir Richard Whittington, this guy with a cat on him. Interesting choice of animal.
Weird looking cat.
Yeah, and I don't know, is this
Strange cat.
Jesus over top of him? I guess I don't know if that's
No, there was a
Jesus or.
sign that said what it was.
Then you got the king underneath of him. And then yeah, it made me want me to take a picture of this. Look, this thing is ugly looking.
I know, what is that? Is that like the chupacabra?
I don't know. Was I moving? I guess when I took these pictures, are they not loading all the way? I don't know. Yeah, it does look like maybe chihuahuas or chupacabras.
What?
And here's pictures of saints. You can tell they're saints because they have the halo behind their head, but it's not actually behind their head. It's just their crown chakras are completely lit up. Then you got this, all these different designs.
Sickle?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
The pool gate.
Yeah, I think they tried to make it look medieval, but it's the wrong
Okay,
style.
so here's what the swimming pool looked like. This was the cafe. Uh, so it used to be filled up all the way there. So, this it was 120 feet long, 50 feet wide.
You see those rings hanging down and the little swing thing?
Yeah.
But you see the rings? Like, what are you doing with it? I guess you're just swinging in and dropping.
Yeah, just doing tricks.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be super cool. But then look how far away they are.
And that sucker's deep. Like, that's the bottom floor
Yeah, the whole
that's,
bottom
yeah,
floor. It's a tall floor too.
it really is. Because we walked up those steps there that you see.
And depth from 3 to over 12 feet. So, yeah.
Sulfur water.
Sporting section of the hotel. But before that, this is a Greek bathhouse
Yeah, it
before
was
that.
weird because it said the ballroom was the next floor up. So you're like swinging from the ballroom into the pool.
Yeah, so this is the pool, right? So this
Right.
whole part, like this is where it went up to where my mouse
Mm-hmm.
is right here.
Mm-hmm.
And we're up at the second floor when I'm taking pictures at some point, you'll see.
Yeah, we couldn't get to the third floor, I don't think.
Yeah, we couldn't get past the guard. We just like finagled our way through to this part without paying.
Oh yeah, I don't think you had to. If you were
It
in
was
the
in the
cafe,
cafe, but we went past where the servers were, where the employees were working. So yeah, so you can see this, the pool was all the way up to here. That'd be weird to have a pool with all those different rooms. You know, that's just weird. And then I took a picture of this because a little lamb he's wearing as a necklace.
Oh no, those feet look like flippers. They don't look like feet.
Hooves. I don't know, those are
No.
huge hooves. I don't know. I just thought it was a depiction of Jesus as wearing a lamb on as a chain. And then we have all these windows, these rooms over here. You get this ugly painting. I don't know why they have a painting of a gymnasium.
It was an
Like,
art installation of the suburban area.
okay, this door, you had a tiny little door, probably for trays or something, some kind of thing you slide under. And then this was the furthest point that we got was this room with these, uh, what are they called? The glass,
Stained glass.
stained glass. Yeah, here's St. Gregory. Another picture of the pool with all the people in it. I mean, it's super weird that you would have,
Yeah, and there was Navy flags.
yeah,
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 right
here it
there.
is.
Mm-hmm.
An anchor with, what is that?
A
Something
rope.
wrapped around
It's
it.
a rope.
Rope
It's
wrapped
just the
around it.
anchor rope. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
okay.
all of those flags all around that, there's more underneath that. Yeah. They're all Navy flags.
Look, this remind you of something? This looks like a UFO. The little lights.
Yeah.
Black and white photos of it. And then they had this little trunk in the back. It was a safe.
Oh yeah.
That was
Safe inside a
safe.
safe inside a
Yeah,
safe. It was cool.
yeah, definitely. A little chest thing. Oh, that was that woman that I was talking about earlier, statue. Her name was Faith. And then this was a little place that we went into, but I didn't even get into. I took one picture and we weren't supposed to take pictures. I didn't know. I didn't see the sign. Maybe the sign's in my photo. Look at that big old bell right here. Plaza de la Constitucion. The obelisk right in the middle of a park. Then I just took some photos of downtown. All right, I think that's probably it for the photos. So let me stop the share screen. All right, now I want to show you guys some of the stuff that I got. So I got this dagger right here. Let me get rid of this. So I got this dagger. It's real. It's not very sharp. And he got this cool sheath for it. I mean, you can hear it a little bit. You hear it banging around, clanging around. It says King Arthur on it. So that's cool. And it's got like a dragon on either side, and it's got a man in the middle. Then it has a man down here. It's the same thing on both sides. So that was cool. I really like that. And then we found a newspaper article from the San Francisco fire and earthquake. Crazy, right? Not an article, the whole newspaper, the whole Boston, what's it called? Boston Post. But obviously, this is a reprint. But they were selling the Boston Post with the headline of San Francisco fire and earthquake. How weird is that? That we're studying Tartaria stuff with all these mysterious fires, and San Francisco's one of these cities, and then St. Augustine just happens to have the newspaper reprint of the Boston Post about the San Francisco fire and earthquake. I mean, that's pretty odd. So I got that. Then I got a little pen. This is the first thing I saw. I saw this. I was like, I'm getting that. The pen is mightier than the sword. A little sword pen. So that's cool. And I got Maya some water, and then we got
Yeah, we got
two
about what, 4 ounces for $5.
$3. And then I got we got a little zodiac wheel that was $1. It was all rolled up, but it's pretty cool. And then we got another map that's old, and it was only $1. I think it's from 16. Well, let me grab two. Sorry for banging around all this. I'm trying to do this on the fly. So map of the world 1641. So it's an old map. It's tiny. It's
Yeah, I
hanging
think that
up.
one also had Tartarian, if I remember correctly.
I can't tell. I just wanted to get because it was super old, and it's in Latin. We have to. Well,
I
once,
just wanted to get it because it was super old.
yeah, yeah, because
Oh,
I want to have old stuff because it's more likely to have the truth on it. And then you see my shirt, the helicopter ride over the Star Fort. It was a really
it was
fun
a
trip.
very nice helicopter ride, but it was extremely fast.
It was. It wasn't long enough. But St.
Yeah.
Augustine wasn't all that big to fly around.
Yeah, it definitely looks a
It
lot
was what,
bigger
$100
on
a
the ground.
person,
Well, they have different packages, but
right?
yeah.
But what we did
But
was
each one was like missing one thing that we wanted to
right.
see. And then you go up, $10 more and you get one more little piece. And then you go up $10 more and you can see one more little thing. So it's like wanted to make sure that everything we were seeing the inside of, we were able to see, an aerial view of.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, it was worth it. It was definitely worth it because it was so cool.
Hmm.
I think that's gonna do it. Unless you have anything else you want to add to the episode.
Nope. By the time we got home, we were just wore out. We need a vacation from vacation.
Yeah, because we did so much on Saturday and then Sunday. It was still what, a 3-hour drive home, and then
And we
we
had a
had a
birthday
birthday to go
party and
to.
an interview and yeah.
Right, and then my computer wasn't working to do the
Oh
interviews,
yeah.
so I'll be redoing that, rescheduling that for 2 weeks. So no big deal.
Our schedules are jam packed the next few weeks.
Yeah, which I got to tell you, after remind me. But yeah, I got a lot coming up here. I have a very busy next few days.
Mhm.
I have the roundtable is going to be live, so this will come out the day of the roundtable. So make sure you check out tonight the roundtable with myself, Gary Wayne, Jim Williamson, Josh Monday, and Ark and Neo. And we are going to have a roundtable about the Nephilim, the fallen angels, and secret societies, how they all link up, all their different connections. And we're going to show how the fallen angels and the Bible accurately complete the picture of where we are in today's day and age. That the whole everything conspiracy comes from the fallen angels, everything alien, Bigfoot, cryptids, secret societies, all of it, all the control, the oaths that are sworn by secret societies, everything of it has to do with the fallen angels. That's where it all originates. The fallen angels and the Nephilim. So that's where we're gonna do that tonight live, 10:30 p.m. on YouTube. Check out my YouTube channel, Goodness Over Darkness. You should be watching this episode on YouTube already. So make sure you come back here tonight. You can hit like and subscribe, give a review wherever you're watching this from. You can comment, that helps the algorithms as well. And if you want to donate, you can go to my website and then you can donate. There's a donate tab at the bottom, and any amount is greatly appreciated. And I am so thankful to have people listening to me speak and be interested in my life, and the things that we're doing, the things that we're uncovering, the truths that we're trying to seek, the information that we're trying to get out there to everybody, all the stuff that I'm trying to learn myself. It is a great honor to have people who are interested in hearing these things because I'm so interested in hearing them and talking about them. And I love putting all this together for you guys. And, this thing gives me great joy. So I love doing this. And I want to thank you all for joining me on this. And you hear the new intro that I put together with the help of some listeners and some past guests. So and a future guest as well, at least one future guest on there. So I'm excited for all the things that are happening, and there's going to be big things coming, and there's great episodes headed your way, and I hope you guys are all enjoying this.
Yeah, I'm very upset. I'm going to miss some episodes. I'm not going to be able to be here taking notes or asking questions because I will be busy as well.
Yeah, that's going
But
to be
I want to be
unfortunate.
here. Almost want to reschedule a few of them so that I am here.
Well, we'll
We'll
just have to
see.
bring them back for a part two.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries there. Make sure you check out the website, emmanuelkingman.com. Hit me up for some energy work if you're interested. I have the mentorships, I have the energy work. You can go ahead and check all that out. Make sure that you get your free 30-minute consultation. Oh, and make sure for the free psychic workshop, it's going to be a free thing, whether you want to be psychic or you want to get more in touch with God or you want to better yourself. Hit me up on my Gmail account. It's right on the screen here, the Great Chakra Awakening 777 at gmail.com. Send me an email with the subject free workshop. And that way and just say, hey, I want to be part of the workshop. And when I have all the details locked in, I will, uh, you know, go ahead and tell you, send you the Zoom link and all that. Because what it's going to be, I'm going to give you a general sense. I'm going to give everybody a general sense of how to get closer to their goal of becoming psychic or be bettering yourself or getting more in touch with God, because I get into all of those things. All of those things go hand in hand. So I'm going to be doing that in a general sense. And also, if people have Q&A, questions specifically for them, I will gladly answer everything that I can. So I think that's going to do it. EmmanuelKingman.com for the website, Goodness Over Darkness for the YouTube, and that's it. All right. So I guess we will talk to you all later.
Good night.
Bye.